So in Glint Solar, we say that we are accelerating the floating solar revolution. So we see that it's difficult obtaining good data early in the development process for building out floating solar. And those who deliver the data, that's typically done in a slow and often also very expensive way. So we're tackling that challenge by giving our customers, the developers of floating solar installations, much better data early on in the process so they can make data-driven decisions on their projects.
We're starting by helping large companies and utilities to build out floating solar, but in the long run, what we want to do is really reduce the soft cost with connection with floating solar and really help this become ubiquitous.
At face value, we might seem quite similar, but I think once you get to know us, we're actually very different. So we have very different backgrounds and very different complementary skills. And oftentimes we can disagree quite fiercely, but one of the values that we have and which we established quite early on is that, yes, we can disagree fiercely, but once we commit, that's something that we all get behind.
The world needs more clean energy, and Glint Solar helps the world to get more clean energy faster.
Hi everybody, we are Glint Solar. In the next 10 years, $1.2 trillion will be invested in solar energy. And by 2040, solar energy will be the largest source of power in the world. The technology on how to build solar energy is getting standardized. However, there's a gold rush among developers to find the best sites for solar energy, both on land and for floating solar energy. Glint Solar, we scan and analyze the world with satellite data and machine learning to find the best sites for solar projects. We are starting with floating solar, since that's the fastest growing segment in the solar sector at the moment, and where we find the customers with high willingness to pay. In the world, there are more than 117 million lakes. The process to find the best sites for solar today is very manual, and you have to evaluate a high number of factors. For instance, if there's a windy place, and the anchoring system may increase the total cost for the project by 10%. And that's just one of the factors they have to evaluate. Today, a developer of solar plants typically evaluates only 10 sites to find one location with acceptable profit margin. The job is time-consuming, and they have to rely on on-site data. With our solution, we evaluate 100 and maybe 1,000 of potential sites with a high number of parameters automatically. And by doing this, they find sites with higher profitability, with reduced risks, and we also help the customer to grow faster with more potential sites available.
We have a bold vision, and our vision is to build the world's largest database of solar site information. And to do so, we're relying on satellite imagery and proprietary machine learning algorithms. But we don't stop there. We're also integrating data from customers and providers in the industry. And we're aggregating this into a multi-client library. And here we're borrowing elements from seismic companies' business model. And this, in turn, we will license out through our SaaS model to solar developers. And over the summer, we have been busy building amazing tech. Through our solution, you can now go anywhere in the world, find your site, and easily draw up a polygon which gives you data from that particular site. And what used to take almost 100 hours of heavy computational data crunching now takes a mere seconds, and this is just the beginning. In a short amount of time, we've also gotten great global traction, working with customers around the world and solving their problems. And this has led to a strong sales pipeline. We were also one of 2 Norwegian companies that got accepted into the European Space Agency's incubator program. We've secured Innovation Norway funding, and we're working with 2 world-leading research institutions. And the team to execute, we bring the best from energy, business, and data science. Harald, our very experienced CEO, was a former cleantech investor who also had a successful exit. John, our CTO, he was an integral part of taking a small startup and becoming a global industry leader as their lead data scientist. And my background is from the energy world, having worked in the US, Africa, and Europe. We've also been able to attract the best of both local and global talent. So to quickly recap, we are the first mover in a very exciting and fast-growing renewable energy market. Our technology is proprietary and easily scalable, and we have a strong sales pipeline as mentioned. So if this also really excites you, come talk to us because we are raising a pre-seed round and are looking for renewable energy champions to join us.